Hi, I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoicesTV at Photoshop World in Washington, D.C. I'm in the Image Wizards booth talking to Roger and Moose about some really fantastic presentation of images. Moose, Roger, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us, definitely.
So tell me about Image Wizards and what is so cool about printing on aluminum that makes things just jump right out?
Well, it's everything we look at is a reflection back. To be, in a nutshell, we have a better reflective surface than anything else out there. We have 4 different finishes to suit whatever photograph or mood you're trying to create. It's also an environmentally friendly product, environmentally friendly finishes, but the bottom line is the images just pop. You could ask Moose, he's one of my better customers and friends now, and maybe Moose can add something to it.
Yeah, Moose, some of yours are displayed here, and they're absolutely gorgeous. What made you choose to use this method to present your photos?
Well, thanks. Well, when it comes to photography, the whole idea is to share it. And the best way to share it was the print. I mean, you give someone a piece of your art and they hang it on your wall, they never forget you, all right? So in this whole process, you have to think of the medium, okay? So we either have paper or we have metal. And just like there's great papers, there's great metals. And what makes Roger's process unique is it's not just some kind of sprayed on emulsion, okay? It's a secret thing that goes on here, and what that is brings a depth to the photograph. Now, our world is very much a 3D world, okay? But a print is very much 1D, okay? So that visual depth is everything. So someone walks by a print, there's no visual depth either from the photograph, the way it was clicked, or in the printing process, they keep on walking. So the aluminum, that extra little bit of whatever you want to call it, metal or shine or buff, that actual little edge that gives to the photograph brings a visual depth to it that as a person looking at the 3D world, you can attach yourself to, and that's the whole thing. That's why, as a photographer with your prints, you want people attached to them. So that visual depth that aluminum brings out, and Roger and his miracle process here does it like no one else.
Roger, I'm kind of curious. This is obviously a pro photographer show. Moose is a pro photographer. Can I do something out of a common little higher res point and shoot that will look good, or is that not really a good idea?
It depends on the size of camera and the size you want to go to. But absolutely, yes, you can send your digital files. We have an upload on the website. And once, you get to see a proof before we produce the piece. So if it's not the resolution you like, or if it's not the resolution we like, we're going to let you know ahead of time.
You do proofing?
Yes.
See,
Who knew?
No, I trust him so much. I upload the file, and then a couple days later, this magic box comes, and it's like Christmas. I've never proofed a thing from you guys. It comes, and it's just spectacular. So I didn't know you did that because I've never needed it. They bang on right off the bat. So that's news to me because it comes. I'm just like, wow, that's great. So yeah, cool.
Now, since this is a magic process, I have to ask, how long does it last? Is this pretty much forever?
Right now, we will publish in our website shortly. We are 3/4 of the way through with testing at Rochester Institute of Permanence. This goes way beyond what Henry Wilhelm does at Wilhelm Testing. And so far, we beat any photographic paper 3/4 of the way through our testing by 50 years.
Wow, that's impressive. Yes. So if I do one of these, if I have kids or if I don't have kids,
great grandchildren will probably still be able to enjoy it.
There aren't at least 150-year permanence.
There aren't any plans for that many grandchildren.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about the dirty question that we have to ask? Pricing. What?
Pricing varies from the smallest we do is a 12 by 18. You can get it with a floating back, or you can get it framed. So that price is going to be in the $100 range. For the floating back, we go all the way up to 48 by 96. In fact, we just did a mural for Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville that was 96-inch panels, 44 inches wide. They had to butt together, the graphics had to flow, and we did a 120-foot wall and 2 50-foot walls.
Wow.
So, size, framed, we can go up to 48 by 96.
Can I mention one thing about the pricing, though? So what you got here is, can you put your mic over here? Put your mic right there. Put it right there. Okay, so it's not paper, it's metal, all right? So if this is a paper print, not only could I not do that, okay, if I were to put this out and price it, the price is not a whole lot different than his metal print from a commercial lab, But what's really important about this print here, okay, is the fact that he's printing on metal in the Adobe RGB space, where so many are printing in the sRGB space. So rather than just using 256 colors, he's using the full 16 million of Adobe. That's a major difference, and he's doing it for a price that's basically the same as a lot of paper prints. So you're getting vast better quality for basically the same price. On a Strata, that is, you clean it with a dust rag and not keep it locked behind glass. So to me, as far as price point, it blows away most paper.
And it's ready to hang on the wall, ma'am.
That's what you gotta realize, that what just happened, because of the incredible quality of these prints, she was so sucked in from over there in the aisle, she made a beeline over to see that. That's what you want from a photograph, and that's what you want from a printing process. So that is, right there, says why Image Wizards is the best.
Absolutely. The other thing, there's a problem with this, okay, is that there's no way for me to communicate other than us gushing over it how gorgeous these things are.
Well, you have to see them in person. You really do.
Yeah, you really. I mean, I'd go to the website obviously and look at it, but as Moose said, the depth is just amazing.
Yeah.
That's why Roger has a party at his house every night, so people come over and see his prints.
Is that it? Okay, now I know.
You're invited.
I'm there.
Roger, what's the website?
ImageWizards.net.
Perfect. And Moose, do you have a website for your work?
Yeah, MoosePeterson.com, where if you go there, you'll see my Image Wizard stuff.
Gentlemen, thanks so much for the time and for some great images.
Thanks so much.
Have a good day.
You too. Folks, we'll have more from Photoshop World in Washington, D.C. I'm Chuck Joyner. Thanks for watching.
MacVoices TV is part of the MacVoices Group and a member of Mac Level 10.